Hi Sunraes, it's me Serena Ray, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the Walt Disney World annual passes. Now this news, which was released today, comes days after Disneyland released their annual passes. So I am excited to get an annual pass finally, but if you are a current pass holder, you're going to see some changes to the system as well as price differences. You're also going to see a lot of tiers have disappeared. We only have 4. And it does match the amount of tiers Disneyland has. So we're going to talk about those things in this video and what that means for you, and kind of answer some questions of things that I found out today to spread the news to you. So before we get into this video, make sure you hit that like button on the way in because it's free, and hit the subscribe button because that's also free, and that's the best way you can support the channel if you are new here. Now let's get into all this Disney news. So beginning September 8th, there are going to be 4 passes for you to choose from. The first one is the Disney Pixie Dust Pass, which is going to be $3.99. The second pass is going to be the Pirate Pass, which is $6.99. The third one is the Disney Sorcerer's Pass for $8.99. And the last one is the Disney Incredipass, which is $1,299. So if you are a Florida resident, you do put down a down payment of what it is to be stated, $205, and then you can pay monthly. If you are an out-of-state resident, your only option currently is the Disney Incredipass. If you are a DVC member, you have 2 options, and that is the Disney Sorcerer's Pass, which is the $8.99 pass, or you have the Incredipass for $1,200. Just to name a few options outside of the standard Gold, Silver, Platinum, and Platinum Plus passes, we had a little bit more variety. And when you went to Platinum Plus, you had already PhotoPass as well as the water parks. Now a lot of outrage has been about this PhotoPass add-on, as well. Really, not even really, like, no one cares about the water parks. Like, I was a Platinum Plus annual pass holder, and then I started working at Disney, so I thought to myself, okay, if you're not going to pull my annual pass every time I scan in, I'll just have my work ID. Which, oh my goodness, it's been so hard for me to get into the parks. So I am super happy that I now have the ability to pay for access to get in, so I'm not paying for a bajillion tickets. But we're staying on topic. Everyone is outraged about PhotoPass, and I understand that was a feature that was included with a pass, but I was not a fan of PhotoPass. Very controversial comment. I don't care. I was not a fan of PhotoPass, okay? Because PhotoPass never did me justice. So I'm a little biased on that part. I am a little sad. I'm sad about the water parks being an add-on, but I mean, it's not a crazy price at all, because honestly a water park ticket, the last time I looked, was in the 70s or 80s, somewhere around there. So paying the $9.99 plus tax for a whole year's access to a water park isn't terrible. It isn't like as bad as or as pricey as I thought it was gonna be, so at least that's okay. And also, at least the PhotoPass add-on is it's $99. However, at least it's not the price of a Magic Maker, and this is for the whole year. So another thing, and I believe they did this move mainly because these are things that people sometimes used and just they thought could care less about, I guess. Don't know, but Again, I was not a fan of PhotoPass. If you ever look inside my PhotoPass, they're either never photos of me, I always get random families, or the PhotoPass attendant never accounts for me being chocolate. And you can never see my face. Like, the exposure and everything on the camera, they just don't even change it. They don't even... Yeah, so for me, I like that I don't have to have that. I don't need it. I don't need it. So, okay, let's get into some of the offerings of these passes. So, when you look at the Incredipass, which is the highest pass, Disney likes to highlight that you get 5 park reservations, which is more than what you currently get. You do have parking that is included in every single pass, which, thank goodness, they did not take away parking because, oh my goodness, parking has went up too. Oh my goodness, parking prices are... I couldn't even imagine paying each week, or I go several times a week sometimes, paying the parking price. But I'm happy parking is still included. Discounts on dining is also still included, as well as merchandise. The ability to customize your pass, which that is what they're saying, because you get to do the add-on. So if you want water parks or PhotoPass, you can add it. If you don't have to add it. And you are eligible to make park reservations for each day of their resort stay, in addition to holding 5 park reservations at a time. So what that is telling me is I can get 5 park days, and then I am eligible to make more reservations for each of those resort stays, and it shouldn't affect my 5 park reservations. So that sounds like a cool thing. That's a little perk. And if I didn't mention it, again, no blackout dates for Incredipass. Now, if you go over to the Sorcerer's Pass, which is the second highest, you do get 5 reservations. Again, just like Incredipass, you do get to make additional park reservations if you're staying at one of the resorts. You do get your parking included, and you can customize your pass. So I like that as well. They sound very, very, very much the same, but I do believe there are subject to some blackouts and select dates stated on the website. And those select dates are majority holidays per usual. And if we look, let's look at the blackout calendar. Let's look at the blackout calendar. It already states that the end of the last 2 weeks in December, end of December, there are going to be blackouts, as well as around Thanksgiving. So that is something to note, because we are now able to see what blackouts are actually included with each pass. So at least you know what you're getting into before you purchase it. So with the Pirate Pass, you get 4 park reservations. You are subject to blackouts, including the peak periods as well as the holiday periods. You do get some bonus reservation slots when you decide to stay at certain resorts. And it says bonus reservations will be added to the calendar from time to time, allowing you to make extra reservations on select days at select theme parks. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out for the Pirate Pass individuals. And then if you are doing the Pixie Dust, you are subject to blackouts during peak and holiday periods, as well as the pass being valid for use during the weekdays. Most of the time, you do get 3 park reservation slots. Of course, if you're staying at a resort, you get some additional slots as well. And it says bonus reservations will be added to the calendar from time to time. So that is good to know. Okay, looking at this Pixie Dust Pass Blackout calendar, we can look and see that quite a bit of weekends are blocked off for the rest of the year. So Sundays and Saturdays in September as well as October are blocked out. When we look at November, we have the week of Thanksgiving blocked out. And then when we go over to December, we have the last 2 weeks as well as the weekends, Saturday and Sunday in December as well. So we have a little bit more flexibility in January and February. March has 1 week, which I'm assuming that's spring break. April has 2 weeks blocked out, as well as the weekends, as well as May having weekends and June having weekends, as well as July. So it looks like for the Pixie Dust Park Pass, it is, why I keep calling it Park Pass, the annual pass, it looks like mainly weekends are blocked out. Even in the summer, it's a lot of weekends and you have quite a bit of weekdays open, which I'm very surprised about because I thought it may have been more blocked out during the week in the summer during high peak seasons, and they said they will open up more availability, which for $3.99, that is not bad at all. It is honestly not bad at all. It's not as bad as I thought. Let's look now into the Blackout calendar for the Pirates. Pirate has the last 2 weeks in December, and Pirate is actually doing pretty good too because in January there's only 4 days blocked out. February has 3 in 2022. March has 1 full week and a day. April has 2 weeks and a day. May has 3 days. And when you look at December, of course, the last 2 weeks, September is completely open. October only has 7 days blocked out. And then November has a week, the week of Thanksgiving, as well as 2 days before that week of Thanksgiving. And that, again, is not what I expected. It's a lot of openings, and it is not as bad as I thought the blackout dates would be. So for the prices of Pixie Dust, for the Pixie Dust Pass, as well as the Disney Pirate Pass, neither are bad, and they're actually pretty good. And you can just add on your PhotoPass, or now if you have a lower tier, as like before with the annual passes, you didn't have the water park access. You had to have the highest one, which was the Platinum Plus. So now you can add it on if you want to get the Pixie Dust, and it is pretty good. It is pretty good. Me, because I never know when I'm gonna go, and I want the ability to go whenever, I am going to opt for the Pass because I want to be able to stream whenever I want. I want to be able to go and make videos whenever I want, and I want to go, even if it's just randomly, be able to do it and not worry about that. So that is the pass that I am personally picking, and it's because of the blockouts. If I was not worried about blockouts, I would probably pick the Pirate, just being honest, because if I wasn't always streaming at the theme parks, I would pick the Pirate, most definitely, because then if I was just blocked out at Disney, I would just take a nice trip to Universal. But I also have the highest pass at Universal because I don't want blackouts. I want to be able to go, like, if there's just like a time where I want to go and get my favorite treat at either park, zoom, I am gonna go get my favorite treat at those parks. But those are the blackout calendars, those are some of the offerings, and those are the add-ons for the new annual passes coming to Walt Disney World. If you are a current annual pass holder who just renewed, you are safe until your next renewal, so do not worry. You will still keep your same perks and everything, and you will actually get the new additional slots depending on what tier you have, and I believe it's up to 5. The highest I've seen with us at Walt Disney World is 5. Now, if you look over at Disneyland, their highest tier, which is the Dream Key for $13.99, has 6 reservation slots. And I know some people were comparing them and saying, why do they have 6 and then we only have 5? It is $100 more. I don't know the reasoning for why they have 6, but I'm gonna assume it is $1,300 compared to our $12.99. So $13.99, $12.99. We're just gonna go with that because it sounds reasonable, right? But we currently have up to 5 here in Walt Disney World, and they have 6. So that is also something to consider when you're looking at the passes. How many each of the passes here are going to have. So you're either going to have 3, 4, or 5. And the 2 PhotoPass and the Sorcerer Pass will have 5 reservations. So you're still doing good with having those additional reservations, because making 3, in my opinion, doesn't seem like enough. Just gonna say it. It is not enough. So, as stated before, when I am looking at the passes, I really believe you should weigh which one is best for your time schedule, best for the price you can afford, as well as what perks will work best for you. So the one I decided to pick, again, as stated throughout this video, is the PhotoPass, and that's really because I stream. But again, if I did not stream, I would most definitely just opt for the Pirate Pass. So when you look into this and you're watching this video and you're like thinking about the prices, look at the blackout dates too. Since the additional like things that made it like very tempting was like if you got additional things like water parks, now we get mini golf. If you decide to get the water park and sport option, you get water parks and mini golf, as well as foot golf, as well as the golf course. Now you get a little bit more things with that add-on. You also, when you get PhotoPass, you can now, it was included with the passes, but if you want a lower pass, you can now add on PhotoPass at a discounted rate if you're comparing it to the Magic Maker. But you now have this option for at a more reasonable cost. If you don't go so often, or you go like once a month, to get the lower pass, as well as add on and customize it, which is also nice. So I'm trying to look at the silver lining, because I know a lot of people are very sad about the PhotoPass, as well as the pricing, which I assumed the pricing was gonna go up. I assumed the highest pass is going to be $1,500, which when you think about when you add everything in, it is $1,500. But for me, it's going to be 14. So, which isn't too bad. I've already mentally prepared myself for this. So, I am so happy you guys tuned in. If you have any questions, comment down below. But I would love to hear if you are going to get an annual pass and what you actually like about this new annual pass tier and what you don't like. But thank you guys for tuning in and watching. It was so nice having you guys here, and I cannot wait to hear your guys' thoughts about this news.